Good morning, brothers and sisters, and I thank God for this moment again. You know, we're into correcting some issues about the way we see God and about the preaching that we'll be hearing from various so-called pastors, the people that are being used to take things from your hand in the way of telling you that they are your pastor, and you have to obey them as they say. So the teaching that we have today is about one verse, which I know there are some churches that have been using that to deceive you or to tell you, they form things from this very verse that I'm about to read now. And when we discuss it finish, you will understand that sometimes some things they're saying is not true. So let us go direct to the Bible at the second book of Corinthians, chapter 8, from verse 9. The Bible said from verse 9, "For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that through him, he was rich." That is, though he was rich, yet for your sake he become poor, that you through his poverty might become rich. This is a place of some Bible readers and some Bible teachers and some so-called pastors and some other devoted, as they may say, the brothers that I come across their Bible. It was surprising that all of them mark with marker and their Bible. There's one, this Bible that I'm using now is brought by a member of Christ Embassy. He marked it with a green marker, showing that that place is what is it all about. It's like, this is it. That is why they mark that place. They usually mark places like that to, the pastors always mark that places, and whenever they read it, they capitalize on this very verse, and they will not read deeply into Bible to find out why is the Bible make that statement and what is Bible trying to say now. Okay, let's read it again. You know, by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, from verse 9. You know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor, that through him, through his poverty, you might become rich. Let us arrange the word and try to understand it biblically, not pastolically. Biblically, I mean, is this: is Jesus Christ poor? No, Jesus wasn't poor. Physically, he was not poor. If somebody who can tell you to go down to the stream and cast your net, any first fish you catch, open the mouth, you will see money. Is he poor? No, he's not physically poor. He's a rich Christ. He can get whatever he wants. When they come to tempt him, are we to pay tithe for Caesar? Are we to pay homage? Are we to pay money to Caesar? Are we to pay tax? Is it good? Is it biblical? He said them, bring the coins. They bring the coins. He said, whose head is there? He said, it's Caesar's. He said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. Okay, the disciples need to pay the tax, because they have to give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. Okay, you remember the story, you remember it is in the Bible, when he tell one of the apostles, go to the river, get that fish, open his mouth, and you will see your coins and use it to pay for your tithes. So this is it. And this will show you that Jesus Christ is not a poor. He's not poor physically. He riding on a horse, on a donkey. Within that time, anybody that ride in a donkey does not consider a poor man. And even when his donkey was walking, they were throwing cloth on the ground. Does that make him a poor God? Or does that make him a poor Christ? Physically poor? No. He is not a poor Christ physically. Why I'm continue saying physically is because the Bible talk about spiritual poor. But you pastors turn it to become another way around. Telling your people that although Christ is a rich, now he make himself poor so that you become rich. So if you're poor, Christ is not for you. Or if you're poor, you'll not belong to Christ. So because Christ died because of you, so that you will be rich. This is not the richness the Bible is talking about. This is not biblical rich. That is apostolical rich. We are trying to explain to you. They are trying to make you to believe that you must be rich to prove that you're a child of God. You must be rich to prove that you're a follower of Jesus Christ. And that is not the issue there. That is not the truth. That is not the raw truth about it. I want you to understand the terrible truth about this truth now. Is that Jesus Christ is never a poor God, because he get whatever he wants. He go to wherever he want to go. The apostles never lack. Look at the people around him, tax collectors, fishermen. All these people are rich. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying to you now? He's not a poor God. He's not a poor Jesus. He's rich physically because he have all these people around him, and he can command bread. Look at what he did. He feed thousands of people with only 2 loaves of bread and 5 fishes, or 2 fishes and 5 loaves of bread. How do you figure things now? How do you say physical poor? If he can feed 5,000 men, no women counting. They didn't count any woman there. 5,000 men. Children are not count. Women are not count. And you know, in the society, women are more outnumbered of men. So if the men are counted up to 5,000, then the women might be up to, let's say, 7. To compare. Then you check how many thousands of people he feed that day, one day. He said, don't send them away. What do you have there? Because you are rich, you're not poor. So Jesus, point of correction, Jesus was not poor Jesus. He's a rich physically Jesus. But let's read down to what Bible said. He said, for you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. You know the grace. You know the grace. This is what the Bible is trying to say. The grace. What is the grace? The Bible said that my grace is enough. He is rich. He is very rich, Jesus. He can command things to come. Things come. He never lack anything. He walked faster than the boat on top of the water. What type of poor you consider him to be? Now, the poor, the Bible trying to tell that Jesus make himself poor is this. Now, if you are a president of a country, you have the power to withdraw the soldiers from war. You have the power to declare a state of emergency. You have the power to stop anything that will come because you are the president. You have the power to tell your soldiers to go and kill and destroy many things because what? You are the president. You have the power. So the Bible said that Jesus have the power to stop those people that are supposed to kill him. He make himself poor, spiritually poor, not to do that. He make himself spiritually poor, not physically poor. The spiritually poor, the Bible saying here is that Jesus can say, no, I'm not going to die upon that cross. It's an abomination for me to die on the cross. So I'm not going to die there, because I'm what? I'm God. I can replace another image there to die on the cross, because what? I'm God. But he didn't do that. He laid down. Poor means coming so down, so low, that even there they come and get him. Imagine what happened when some people wanted to stone him before. He walked through them. All of them were holding their stone on the hand, and he walked past. But what happened when Judas came? He bring himself poorly. He bring himself down for these people to take him away. It's because that is the time. That's what the Bible is trying to tell us. Jesus make himself poor. He make himself so weak in some things, so that you will become strong in those things. You don't let devil to overshadow you. You don't let people to ride you. You don't allow things to stop you in the things of God. That is what the Bible is trying to say. You have to be rich. You have to be strong in the things of God. You have to be rich in the things of God, not being rich in the money. You need to be rich in the things of God. You don't be rich in money, because with money you can be weak. Sure, in the morning you're scared that somebody can come and kill you. You have money, you look for guides, you will look for people that will protect you. But when you have Jesus, you are strong inside you. You allow people to get you because you want to bring yourself low. You want to bring yourself so poor. That's what Bible is. That's what that verse, 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 9 is all about. It's not all about Jesus Christ being physically poor, so because of that you have to be physically rich. It's not that way. These people are giving God bad name by telling you that Jesus was poor, so because of that you need to be monetarily rich. That is pastorally understanding of it. But biblically understanding of it is that Jesus Christ is, to me, Jesus and according to the Bible, Jesus Christ is rich physically. He never lacked anything. He never lacked anything he wanted physically, but he dropped down some things inside him so that he can save mankind. That is what the Bible means. He dropped down things. He dropped down a lot of things that make him God. A lot of things that make him God, he dropped them down. He can say stop. He know that Judas was going out, because he said it even before Judas left that place. They won't stop him not to move out, because he's God. He knows this thing before it will happen. So if you want to prove that he's so rich as a God, insanely rich like that, and you don't want to drop those richness in him as God, he would have said the apostle immediately. Judas left, let us go, because Judas is coming here with all these people to get me. No, he dropped it. That is being poor. One, he said that he was. The Bible said that Jesus, because his grace is his grace. Listen to that place. He said, knowing him, you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, though he is rich. The grace, though he is rich. That is what I'm trying to understand. That's what I'm trying to make you to understand, that the poor that the Bible is trying to tell there, and the poor the Bible is saying there, is not physically poor. Jesus is not physically poor. And the rich, the Bible is trying to tell you, is not physically rich. It's be rich inside you. That is why he said in the book of Jeremiah, he said, any weapon that fashioned against you shall not prosper, because God will stop it. But any tongue that rises up against you in judgment, thou shalt condemn it. I want you to read it by yourself. The Bible says, you shall condemn any tongue that rises up against you in judgment. No, don't leave it for God to do. So because you are rich inside, you have the power, you have the ability, you have the audacity to condemn any tongue that rises up against you in judgment. That's the richness the Bible is trying to tell you. Because a rich spirit fears no evil. A rich spirit stands against every obstacle. A rich spirit stands against everything that will want to bring him down to hell. That is what they call rich spirit. But a poor spirit is open to any temptation. A poor spirit is open to anything, because poor spirit is only focused on money. So I hope you understood some things today, and I pray that God will